A while ago, I made a video talking about the 30th being darker, and currently, from what I've been told, it's going to be darker than MMPR and darker than Power Rangers. And for one thing, I am very excited about this because we don't normally see anything like this, and this is definitely going to open up a lot of stuff. And I'm kind of excited to see how this is all going to pan out, or if it's going to fail, who knows. I know that RPM had a dark tone, but when you think about the rest of the series, as in outside of RPM or after RPM or before, the show has never really been dark, or it's never come close to RPM in general. On the Global Nerds podcast, I asked the question to Catherine, are we actually going to be getting something that's dark, or is it just going to be the run-of-the-mill happy Power Rangers thing? And from what she replied, I was quite surprised. Here is the clip.
One kind of question that I would quite know, without giving any spoilers or anything. Do you think it's going to be a darker tone than, say, what it was like back in the 90s? Or is it kind of keeping around, made for fans like us, because obviously we grew up with it? Or is it kind of still aimed towards like the 7 to 8 year olds type thing?
No, it's definitely aimed at you guys.
Yes.
It's a definite, it's definitely darker than the original series. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you saw the picture that David released last week or the beginning of this week, and some of the stills they've released shows blood on Billy's lip. So there is blood, which is not Power Rangers. Like there was never blood or bruises or anything on the show when we were on it. So that's a new development. And it's got, like, I love that they put so much thought into it, because they've covered so much of the questions that you guys had of like why things unfolded the way they did, and the power coins and how the power is transferred, and all of those, dimension questions and the things that the comics have brought up. I feel like they considered everything. They kind of took the fandom as a whole and created this really neat movie. And it's I just feel like it's the best way they could have honored the show.
I kind of like what Catherine said about how the older fans didn't get a reunion or a team up, etc., etc. And it's kind of true, even though there wasn't really much to kind of have a reunion later on, but we've had other seasons that have had kind of more focus on and stuff like that, which again is a big thing. But having something where it's for the fans that grew up with the series, who watched it on day one, I really like this. From seeing it in the UK for the very first time and falling in love with the series, I kind of thought about this from when she said it, and she's right. This is something for myself as well as other fans who grew up with Mighty Morphin. I'm not the huge Mighty Morphin fan, but kind of thinking about this, I'm really excited for us, seeing how we've actually seen the Rangers grow from where they were to pretty much their end arcs, which I really hope that we get. Now, don't get me wrong, I know people have come into this franchise and they've watched Mighty Morphin at the very beginning much later on in life, or that they're introducing people to Mighty Morphin who may have never seen it. But when you kind of think about it, the 30th, even though that it's for everybody, I also kind of believe it's for the people who, again, watch this since day one, have grown up with Mighty Morphin, who are absolutely obsessed with it. And for us, it's actually a really kind of cool thing, and it's an experience that I cannot wait to actually hear, and especially for this being an actual film itself and not just a 22-minute episode. Anyway, I'm going to end it right here. I am really looking forward to the whole kind of reunion. I know that this is a special thing. I know that it's going to be something quite spectacular, hopefully, with all the hype and build up that it's getting. But I just really wanted to make a video on this, saying that we're getting a darker series, which again, I'm all here for. Now, your question of the day is, what do you think about this? Are you excited that we're getting a darker MMPR, or do you want it to be exactly like it was back in the 90s? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。